Hello all, this is Ultimate Prime, and today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Robots in Disguise Autobot Ratchet. This one, as far as I know, just came out, and so I'm pretty excited about it. So let's take a look at the box first. On the box, you see there is a picture of Autobot Ratchet in his vehicle mode, and you also see a picture of him in his robot mode. If you turn it here on the side, you can see another picture of him in his robot mode. And if you turn it here to the back, you see a picture of Autobot Ratchet in his robot mode and in his vehicle mode. It shows that he transforms in 10 steps, and it also shows the transformation here, that he's compatible with Minicon weaponizers, and that you can play him in the app if you scan the insignia on his chest. Other than that, that is it for the box. So I'm going to go ahead and get him opened up, and we'll take a look at him and see what we've got. Okay, so here we have Ratchet opened up and out of the box. And let's just take a look at him. He rolls pretty good. He's got nice big wheels. He doesn't have a whole lot of paint coloring on him, but he still looks nice. Take a look at him underneath. You do see his head when you take a look underneath. I suppose you could turn it during the transformation, maybe make him look the other way so you'd see the back of his head, but you can see his head when he's looking from the bottom. He comes with two guns, and they both look like this. Here is the other one. And they're just white, no real paint on them. And they do plug in for storage. You can. He's got two little peg holes here. You can just put them right in there. And you got storage for his weapons, because he has such a big gap under there, so they don't affect his ability to roll or anything at all. And he is the same mode as Strong Arm. So let's bring her up. And you can see there are definitely some similarities since they have the same transformation. He actually looks a little bigger than Strong Arm because he has this back part up here where she doesn't. Hers kind of dips down. He has the back covering it. So he actually looks a little bit bigger, but they're the same mode, so they're basically the same size, with just a few changes. Both of them, you see the head underneath and all that, but they're roughly the same size. Here's a quick comparison to his G1 self, which of course he looks a lot bigger than, and you can see G1 Ratchet there, and his other self. And let's take a look at his Transformers Prime Ratchet. Now, one thing you will notice that even though these were both deluxe sizes, I mean, he is massive compared to the Transformers Prime version. So that's interesting. I mean, you know, for both of them being deluxe. He's got quite a bit of size on him. So let's go ahead and get him transformed into his robot mode. Now, in order to transform him into his robot mode, we just go under here. Let's pull out the weapons. Oh, this weapon doesn't want to come out. There we go. Pull out the weapons. And let's start with these arms here. We just pull these open, pull them down. They fold up over the hands. Fold this one over the hand. And then you can fold this little chest part in. His head is already visible once you do that. Then open these two doors. Pull these open. And then flip it over and pull up the back. like so, and you can just fold this really whichever way you want, but fold this up so it shows the legs. Then you want to turn the waist to the front like this, and then these legs are going to fold in. I mean, his transformation is actually very simple, and he has the same exact transformation as Strong Arm. So let's pull these arms down. And there he is in robot mode. Adjust this camera a little. And there you have Ratchet in his robot mode. Of course, he can hold his weapons in both hands. And let's take a look at his articulation. You can turn his head all the way around, does a 360. He can slightly look down and slightly look up, but not really. His arms can sort of do a full swivel, but his backpack gets in the way. But they have the capability to turn completely around. They can also move in and out a little bit. They turn here at the elbow. They can rotate. They can also bend here at the elbow. And his waist does swivel. It turns. His legs can move forward and back. They can turn here at the upper thigh. They can move in and out. And he can bend his knees. The feet don't really move. So that's really it for his articulation. There are some things that I like about him and some things that I don't really like. Like, for instance, his hands. I just don't like how they are covered up. You can, I mean, from certain angles, it looks like he doesn't even have hands. I mean, if you're looking at it from this sort of angle, from the side, it looks like he doesn't even have a hand. If you look at over here, I mean, you still barely looks like he has a hand. The only way you can see it is from the top, where you can see it inside of here and kind of cover it up. So I don't really like the hand. But other than that, he's okay. I mean, he looks a little bulky, but so did Strong Arm. And actually, you know, he seems more like he would be a bulky robot, whereas Strong Arm in the cartoon was not bulky, but she still looks kind of bulky. Let's just do a couple of comparisons with him. So here he is with Strong Arm. And as you can see, they do bear some similarities, but they have a lot of differences, so that even though they are the same mode, they do look different enough to not feel like you got the same character. I mean, from the legs are just different shape. I mean, they really did quite a bit to make sure that, you know, he was a good retool and didn't just look exactly like Strong Arm. You can see from the back some of the similarities, like with the wings back here. On the doors, of course, that part is still the same, and the legs are somewhat the same with where the tires are and in the arms, and of course those notorious hands that don't really look like hands. But yeah, I mean, they match up pretty well. So let's see who else we can compare him to. Let's also compare him to Ratchet from Transformers Prime. Now, in his robot mode, both Ratchets look about the same size. Yeah. The Transformers Prime Ratchet actually may look a slight hair taller. Maybe not. They're roughly the same size. So, Transformers Prime Ratchet gets some of his cool points back after, you know, when he's in his robot mode. Whereas in his vehicle mode, he just looks completely tiny to this Ratchet. But there's just a comparison, so you can see the size and the height of this guy. And so let's do one more comparison. And here he is with G1 Ratchet. And, well, yeah, I mean, G1 Ratchet is pretty embarrassing as far as the Ratchet toy line goes. Yeah, so there's really no comparison between these two. Yeah, but there he is. There's G1 Ratchet in all his glory compared to Robots in Disguise Ratchet. And yeah, so I don't know how they came up with this idea of G1 Ratchet. Yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and get him transformed back into his vehicle mode. And to do that, we're just going to remove his weapons. And let's start with the legs here. We're just going to open this part here up so that the leg folds over. And we're going to do the same with this one. We're going to pull this part open, pull it over. And then you're just going to basically leave the legs outstretched and just connect them together. And there you go. That's the bottom half of his car. You can go ahead and pull this part of the chest. Actually, before you do that, you want to turn the waist so that his wheels are facing that way. Then you can pull the chest part down. Then the arms are going to come forward so that the wheels are pointing down. So you're going to put his arms up in the air. And this part of the hood is also going to come down. And it's going to attach. There's two little spots here right in the back of the legs. You just plug that in. And there's a couple of hinges here that are going to plug into the sides. So basically at this point, it's all just making sure each piece connects as it should. So let's go ahead, push this in, connect this, make sure these two parts line up and connect in here. Here we go. And then you want to take the hands, you're going to flip this part of the arm up so that it kind of comes out. And then you're going to turn it and flip it up so that it covers up part of his head. We're going to go ahead and try that part where we're going to turn his head upwards so that it's not showing when he's in vehicle mode. So you just connect that there. And then open up this arm, do the same. Open it, flip it up, comes up over the head. And then just connect these two parts together. And then just make sure everything is nice and tight. And there you have him back in his vehicle mode. And if you look underneath, you can still see the back of his head, but it doesn't look quite as visible like that. So I'll probably start doing that when I transform him. And of course, you can put his weapons in here. And there he is back in his vehicle mode. So that's it for this review. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll definitely be doing some more reviews in the future. And until next time, you have a great day, and I'll catch you later.